everyone. And we are delighted and we're blessed that we've made it through another Florida hurricane. But keep all the people that are in its path, from the people up around Cross City, Florida, and through that area of the Big Bend, keep them in your prayers, and the other people that are going to deal with it through Jacksonville and Georgia and all those. So we are blessed, did lose electricity and are very safe and sound here. So thank you, the Lord above, for protecting us during another one of the Florida hurricanes. And we love the water, and we'll know we'll enjoy the beautiful grass and plants and flowers because of that. So, but thank you for everyone that called to check on us. And thank you that all of our families still safe and sound here in Florida. We're happy and blessed to know that. So at any rate, today, I want to talk to you about a concept that I first heard about almost 40 years ago. And that is, we don't need to be told, but we do need to be reminded. And that's a concept that has to do a lot with keeping up with our daily activities, our daily goals, and whether you're a solopreneur or you're part of a team or part of a business team. It's something that happens pretty much on a daily or at least a weekly basis, and that is being reminded of what the activities and the goals and things that we need to address on a daily basis to get to our objectives. So it all comes for me from my teaching background, because during my teacher education, we were taught that when you bring up a new concept, it needs to be discussed or at least shared 3 times. So you introduce the concept, discuss it, you share it with the people you're sharing it with, and then ask them questions about it. And then you ask them to do the concept. Whether it was for me in instrumental music, we would have them play something, or if it's a concept in math class or science class, have them explain that concept or participate if it was in music on their instrument, or if it's a concept like math or science, explain that to a fellow student. So in essence, you explain, you question, and then you do 3 times the concept, and it's pretty much cemented. And then even then, you'll probably need to be reminded more again about that, especially if it's a newer concept or if it's one that might be a little more challenging. And when I think about challenging concepts, I think about me doing a recording here on StreamYard. So, and by the way, if you're hearing me okay, put a Y or a yes in the comments. Thank you so much. That's really nice of everybody to let me know that you're hearing me loud and clear. And then if you're in a situation where you're a team leader, or you're a member of a team, or you're part of a business team, and you get reminded of certain concepts or goals, and maybe it hits you the wrong way, and you feel like, maybe I'm being told, I'm not being reminded. So let me just ask you to keep an open mind to accept the reminder, because it literally is for the betterment of the team. If you're part of a team, or if you're the leader of the team, think about how you approach people with that reminder that this is our goal for the month, this is our goal for the week, or this is the sales progress we need to make this week or this month. Just keep in mind that sometimes people can be sensitive. And for an example, my wife is constantly reminding me that, hey, now is that the 3rd time you've told me that or reminded me of that? And she does it in jest, but in a little way, I think it might be annoying to her. So just for diplomacy's sake, try to be as gentle as you can in that reminder. So, and then one of the other things you might do is create a visual reminder system, whether it's a board that everybody's going to see, or it's a reminder, on a Trello board, or on a Google Workspace sheet somewhere. Do your best to create some type of visual reminder. I do mine. If you saw behind my computer here, you would see all the different reminders, like one of my goals of obtaining email addresses. And I have that back there. I also have a saying that says, I am sold. That's a prominent little paper behind my computer here up on my wall. And that stands for IAS, which is the last part of enthusiasm, is I am sold myself. IASM. I am sold myself. So those are just some visual reminders. So I would recommend that you create your own, whether it be a whiteboard, whether it be a Trello board, whatever it is, some reminders. And I've since, while I'm doing the research for this class today, is found out that there's some visual apps that we can get that you can type in some important reminders to yourself that will pop up on a timely manner on a daily basis, or even you can go as minutely as 10 minutes or 15 minutes or an hour. So I like the daily idea of doing that. So, and then lastly, I want to recommend you do this. Find or add an accountability partner or a community. And here's an example. My wife, her sales team or her real estate office where she works divided up groups of the realtors into sales teams. And they all are accountable to each other to make calls, do listing appointments, do sales appointments, all of those things. And because my wife is on the team, the leader of that team is a really dear friend who is an extremely professional, extremely competent realtor that my wife has learned from for the last year. And they work together on a lot of listing appointments. My wife is bound and determined to set the record for the team because they have a goal every week of, they have to make 100 to 150 phone calls from leads that they get. And she does it every week, but she doesn't want to let her team leader down. So that is an accountability community that they've developed. And I have hooked up in my own endeavors, in my own growth as a solopreneur. I have asked for a nice professional lady who once owned multiple businesses in Mississippi, and she's smart, really smart. And I have to say, I always seek out people smarter than me, and I've sought her out as my accountability partner. So every Saturday we call each other. But prior to calling, we have to send in a report sheet that shows how many people we dialed this week, how many people that we had conversations with this week, how many times we presented our business proposals to. And so some weeks she gets a little nervous and is on the hot seat. Some weeks I get on. And then like last week, we both had a really good celebratory week because we both hit all of our goals and all of our tasks that we had assigned ourselves. And we even have an accountability sheet that we fill out daily, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And it's really an amazing accountability. So here's what's really been interesting. She and I both are well on our way to hitting our goals that we have set up for the end of the year. But we also are having fun. We're having fun because some weeks when I don't do so well, she lifts me up. Some weeks when she doesn't do well, I lift her up. And it's really, really fun. It's really, really fun. So just another reminder here of the steps here. Number one, be open-minded to accept the reminders, whether it's for you from yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Just accept it. Or if it's from a team leader, accept it, because honestly, in the end, you will positively benefit from that. And then next, create a visual reminder system. And whether, like I said, it's on a whiteboard or on like me, my crazy sheets that are on the wall behind my computer here, whatever it is, create something that you can visualize. I'm trying to learn the Trello board system. It's not easy for me, but I'm bound and determined to learn that, to keep myself on task as a visual reminder. And then finally, add an accountability partner or be a part of an accountability community. It is so fun to watch my wife and how fired up she is at the end of the day when she'll high five me and say, I did my 50 calls today, or whatever the goal was for the day. She's excited, and she's also excited to make her team leader look good, because there are some perks at the end of this little competition they're having among the teams in her office. So if any of this information and this content today resonates with you, type a Y or a yes in the comments for me now. And then if you would like to further add some comments below, or go to my website, www.mikebeverly.life, and send me a message. Sign up for a courtesy call. It's free, and I'd love to hear from you and find out what you're doing in keeping up with your reminders and keeping yourself on track for your goals and dreams for this year, because it's always interesting and I love meeting new people. So go in there, sign up for a free courtesy call. No obligation. I'm not going to try to sell you anything. I just like to hear your input, because it helps me so that I can provide better content for the future. So hopefully this information has been helpful for everyone and that you've enjoyed the time together. And so I'd just like to thank you again for coming on to hear another bit of information on Mike Beverly's Weekly Insights. And we'll come back again next week to share some more information and training with you. So in the meantime, happy Labor Day, everyone. Enjoy your family and that day off. And I'll look forward to seeing you again real soon. Take care, everyone.